My name is Paul Hickey. I'm the Milk Proteins Plant Manager in Ballyragget here in Kilkenny. I've been with Glanbia about 13 years. So yeah, I've worked in a few different plants there. And yeah, finally made it to Plant Manager 2 years ago.
Paul, can you tell me how the milk actually gets from the cows in these fields
Okay.
to your facility and becomes protein?
Okay, so the farmer here milks the cows. It's stored in his tank here. Our trucks come here every 2 days, collect that milk. They bring it to the plant. When it gets to the plant, then it goes through a few processes. It's separated, we take off the fat. Then you're left with skim milk, which is high in protein. That protein then goes from the skim milk to the milk protein concentrate plant, which is the area I look after. And there it passes through a series of membranes, which are filters, really big surface area filters, probably the size of this field. And as the milk passes through those filters, we take out everything almost except the protein. So we concentrate that protein from a very low percentage of about 3% all the way up to 85% protein. And that's what we do in the plant.
And does that process actually remove things like lactose and stuff?
Yeah,
as well?
absolutely. So the membrane is, under a microscope, has tiny little holes inside. So the protein can pass through and the permeate, which is the lactose, can't. So we separate them. So that's the pure purpose of the plant, is to separate the protein from the lactose. So the lactose is left to one side and makes a different product, and the protein gets concentrated and goes into your powder and into your drinks.
So Paul, what does a day in your life typically look like?
Okay, I don't know, is there a typical day, but generally we start the day pretty early, get into the plant, have a review with the operators. So the plant operators look after the plant 24/7. So they're highly experienced, anything from 10 years to 40 years service. We have some guys with, actually last year we had a guy with 45 years service retired from the plant. So they know exactly what's happening. They'll tell us in the morning if there's any issues, if a pump broke down or if the plant was underperforming in any way. We'll help them fix that and then get the plant up and running again. The plant gets washed every day, so they look after that. But I suppose my role then is coordinating the other managers within the plant to look at continuous improvement. That's a big part of our job, is to constantly make quality, safety, production better.
So Paul, when you're taking the protein and actually the milk in for processing into protein, there must be a lot of processes associated with that, or are there not?
Yeah, not really, no. We take in the milk, it's pasteurized. I suppose that's the main quality step in the process. After that, then we get the skim milk already pasteurized, and as I said, we put it through the membranes. And really you're just removing the molecules of lactose from the protein. We don't add anything to the product. It passes through these membranes. We don't heat treat it because that's going to damage the protein. And if it does damage the protein, it blocks the plant. So you can't actually heat treat the protein at all. It turns into like an egg in the plant. So no chemicals added, no heat treatment. And then we want to keep it as clean and fresh as possible. So it passes through the plant very quickly. The liquid side takes about 2 hours within the membranes, and then it's powder, and once it's in a powder form, it's safe for 1 to 2 years.
So when you guys are getting ready to produce this truly grass-fed milk protein, are there any special procedures that go into effect?
Yeah, so the plant is a continuous plant. So it's quite big. It does about 11 tons a day. So when we're going on to truly grass-fed production, we clean down the plant fully. Every single step along the process is cleaned, emptied, and we make sure there's absolutely no chance of cross-contamination from non-truly grass-fed to truly grass-fed. So that takes a few days in total to get every tank and every line and every membrane plant cleaned, every powder silo empty, and so that there's no possibility of a transfer. So we have that protocol, we sign it off, I sign it as well at the end, and we have those records to show yourselves or any other customers.